All right, hello everybody. So after 10 great weeks of talking with my two peers, this is my older adult reflection. So I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about older adulthood, aging, even using the therapeutic use of self. So let's start with that. I know things can be a little different now. With COVID, with not really being able to get out of the house, we have to adapt. We have to adapt. And for this assignment, we were given two peers that we're going to talk to, two older adult peers that we're going to talk to for 10 weeks. And for a lot of people, that can be different. That can be kind of awkward, sharing personal details about our lives, just talking to a stranger that, for me personally, I never FaceTime them, I never Zoom with them. It was just over the phone. So we're not ever being able to put a face to the voice. So that can be a little awkward. It could be, kind of nerve-wracking sharing some personal details. So for me, what I wanted to do is I always wanted to use my therapeutic use of self of being very open with things that I've gone through to an extent, but also just sharing some things because I felt like it would help bridge the gap of comfortability. I would want them to feel comfortable opening up to me. So I explained certain things that have happened in my life, certain personal things that, kind of eased the way where they felt more comfortable opening up to me. And by doing that, it really allowed us to get a better relationship. Our conversations got deeper. Our conversations, were more meaningful, but they flowed easier. I feel like the more you open up with a peer, with a patient, a client, anything like that, the more everything flows. There's no like trying to figure out a way to, converse with them. It just goes a lot more smoothly. But for aging and older adulthood, I learned that some people look at it differently. For some people, for like one of my peers, she thought it was beautiful. Like aging was a beautiful process. She was able to experience the world, go to different places, experience different people from different parts of the world, and really just get a sense of culture from all over the world. And she loved it. And she loves the process. She loves being able to see her family grow and then being that mentor figure for her entire family. For others, older adulthood is scary. I mean, when you get to a part of your life where, it's kind of difficult to adjust with getting older, especially for men. I think, if we were athletes in our past, it can be different. It can be different and difficult to not be able to do the things we once were. But the things that I learned from my two peers that I really learned the most was, you know, live every day like it's your last. And I think both of my peers really instilled that into me. I think they both were so adamant on, don't dwell on the past. Focus on today and let tomorrow come. And I think that was the best thing. I think the acceptance. I think both of my peers, they accepted, that they are getting older, but they wanted to pass down their knowledge. They wanted to pass down their experiences. Especially to me, they felt comfortable enough to pass down their knowledge of life to me so that, I can live by example. And I think that was really great. So what was one of my favorite moments or memorable moments with my older adult peers? I think, honestly, for both of them, as time went on, I think things got more about me and less about what they've been through. It was more about using, like I said, using their experiences to make me, you know, better, more prepared for life. And I appreciate that. I think, you know, I'll be 25 in June, and I still feel like I have no idea some days what's going on in my life or how to even, handle life. And it was nice. It was nice to hear two individuals that have have lived such a long life, and all they cared about was having me prepared just for life in general. And like I said, as weeks went on, it was more about me, and they just taught me so many lessons that sometimes it's all right to be selfish. It's all right to think about, like, okay, is this the best situation for myself? I know for me personally, I'm always thinking about others. I'm always trying to make everyone around me the happiest thing, like the happiest they can be. But sometimes I forget, what makes me happy. And my one older adult, he would tell me all the time, Nick, you need to be more selfish. You need to think about yourself some more and really think about what's the best situation for you. It may not short term, be what you want, but long term, it's going to be what you need and it's going to benefit you the most. And every week we touched upon that. And I appreciated it more than he could ever know. And I've told him this, but I don't think he understands the impact that it had on me because, I need to think more about myself because I'm always just like, oh, well, everything is a short term thing. I'm always trying to think about tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And instead of thinking about, all right, if I do this now, long term, this is going to be the best thing for me. And I think for my other peer, I think specifically for her, I think she just showed me the love that she and admiration she has for her family, that like she's just so proud of them, and that continuous love that she had. It was just like it was really touching to see just how much dedication she had and has, like making sure that her children and her grandchildren are in the best position possible to be successful. I think that was my favorite thing. And then how I take this experience with me into my occupational therapy practice. So whether I am working in the geriatric population or, acute rehab, even in pediatrics, I think you can really take any of these experiences and have your patients, your clients look at it this way. Focus on right now. Focus on this session and try to block out every single thing else and just focus on today. So for instance, if they have a disability, focus on today. Focus on this session, because if you're worrying about down the road of being able to overcome this, you're putting so much stress on you where you're not going to be able to focus on the session. So just focus on today and just live life in the moment. Because I know for a lot of people, we're worrying about everything involving around our lives. There's so much, especially with COVID right now. There's just so much surrounding us, and I think what I can help is try to get my clients, my patients to understand that just focus on right now and live in the moment, because you'll put all that effort in. I know a podcast that I listened to, and it was a great thing, and my peers definitely touched upon something just like this. And think of life like you're getting filmed by a film crew, and they are filming your success story starting right now. Live your days like you're being filmed by a film crew recording your success story. So, are you going to dwell on certain things and have that in your film, in your documentary on your success story? No, you're going to live every day trying to be the best you possible. And that's really what I want to take into my occupational practice from what I've learned from my peers is, live every day to the fullest and live every day giving it your all. And I think doing that, I can really make my patients, my clients super motivated, that they're giving every ounce that they have into every session so that they can maximize their potential. But other than that, my two older adults, they were fantastic, and they really touched my life, and I look forward to definitely talking to them in the future. I do want to keep an open communication with them. It obviously will not be on a weekly basis, but I definitely want to stay in touch with them and make sure that I'm checking in on them, because they really did touch my life, and I'm really happy that I had this assignment. But I hope y'all have a great week and stay safe.